Yo, what's up everybody? Once again, it's Brand Man Sean, and I decided to do this video real quick because I was watching one of those videos from the BET Artist Series, and everybody should watch that if you haven't seen it yet. I'll put a link in the description to like a playlist they have of it or something like that, or at least one of the videos so you can find it if you don't know what I'm talking about. But this one right here was interesting because at one point, right, it's the one about Insta fame, when people find fame overnight. And this guy at one point talks about an artist that he knew. He drops his track in February. By the time November comes, dude's making 30 racks a show. Then comes an instance where the record label's like, yo, do these drops for the radio stations, right? We can send you to this radio station, but we can't send you to every single radio station around the country. So we're just gonna have you read drops as if you were there. So these radio stations have the drop to use. Now, what's a drop if you guys don't know? You ever heard an artist, you know, you heard their voice, you listen to the radio and they're like, yo, listen to this station, my free money station, or this station right here, VO103 is the place to be, or, you know, all that, like those little voices you hear when they do like multiple artists talking about a station. That's what a drop is. Why is that important? For a radio station's standpoint, it kind of helps solidify them credibility, keeps them current, keeps them relevant in a certain ways, just from a brand perspective. If they play your music, they want those drops. If they have a drop that gives them encouragement for your music, if you don't give them drops, they're like, these people aren't going to support me, for one, right? And in business, a lot of times, if you're not supporting somebody, why would they support you? Because there's a lot of people using people in this business in the first place. So it's not going to really encourage somebody to do that. And then two, it's just literally a part of the business. So that same guy who knew the artist, he was like, yo, I don't want to work with an artist like this versus working with one of these other artists who are able to do, or who are willing to do these small things, really just small things. And that's one of the things that I'm finding with a lot of artists that they're not understanding. This business part is literally one of the biggest reasons that artists fall off. Not this whole fan perspective of, oh, their music isn't hot, or, oh, you know, I don't like their marketing or branding campaign, as some people like to think too. Like, those are legitimate reasons, right? But the majority of the portions that I see artists fall off for or not succeed or get to where they could have are usually business reasons. Straight up business reasons, whether it's a record label situation, whether nobody likes them because they've been a dick to everybody, or whether they just weren't able to or willing to put in some of those small pieces of work, which is why a lot of people do not like working with artists. A lot of people do not like working with artists who aren't willing to do those small things, but they want you to give everything to them. Perfect example, I did a video on the designer, and it was on this exact subject. I said, designer almost fell off at this time. Right, and what was the issue in that video? The whole thing was he went to do an interview with Power 105, the Breakfast Club. He did a Breakfast Club interview, and they addressed him. They were like, "Yo, bruh, we weren't all the way effing with you for a minute." And designer was mad because he had went off on New York DJs because they were like, "Yo, we've been playing your music, but you never came to our station. We pushed you, we blew you up, but you never came to our station to support us with an interview. So now." Yeah, a lot of your artists can be like, oh man, no, the internet blew me up, blah, blah, blah. And the radio didn't blow me up. They just caught on to the wave. But what are you gonna do when the internet's not blowing you up every single time? They're not catching on to every single track. And now you don't have the radio or these other people who you said just jumped on your wave to support you because you never showed them any love. That was literally what the stations were saying to designer. You can watch that interview. I did that. I'll put that in the link, that in the description below too. And I'm going to put the BET series in the description below if you haven't seen that. But literally, this is what's happening to so many people. They think it's all them. They think they better. Their shit don't stink. And now your business on the back end is looking funny. And you got to go correct a lot of things before you can get your ball rolling again. Next thing you know, it's too slow. You missed your punch. You missed the window. Keep that in mind. Again, I'm going to start commenting on videos like this more often. And I'm putting a form in the description below. If you see a video that you want me to comment on, go ahead and submit that video. Submit the timestamp of that you want me to comment on, and we'll talk about it. I'll do a video about it. Other than that, if you like this video, go ahead, hit the like button. If you like, you might as well share it. And if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button.